If you think that rents are getting more expensive around here, it is not your imagination. The cost of living and the cost of renting in Phoenix is rising faster than almost everywhere else in the country.
And our chief investigative reporter Morgan Lowe tells us the result is more people with jobs living in their cars, on the light rail, and in tents on the sidewalk.
Cruise through downtown Phoenix and you will see them. Brand new condos and apartments. Signs of prosperity. But the valley's skyrocketing real estate market is becoming out of reach for more and more people.
You know, a livable wage now is almost $18 an hour.
Just blocks away from the shiny new high-rises, you will find a growing tent city filled with people who are getting left behind.
A lot of people are becoming homeless who are working because they can't afford a place to live.
In reality, any one of us is a few steps away from it.
Rebecca Young is one of those people. She worked one, sometimes two jobs, and lived in a pickup truck behind a Circle K in Peoria.
You just parked your truck under that tree?
Yeah.
And that was home for the night?
Yeah. It's kind of awkward and weird because you don't want everyone to know you're homeless. But you know they're going to guess. You're out there every night.
The number of people living without homes in Maricopa County has increased by 25% each year for the past 5 years.
Hundreds more people every year don't have a place to live.
Lisa Glow sees it every day. She's the CEO of Central Arizona Shelter Services, where a quarter of the 470 people who stay here each night have jobs but can't afford a place to live.
The working poor, people who are making minimum wage cannot afford the rent.
Rent for an average one-bedroom apartment is now $900 per month. Our state's cost of living is higher than the national average, and our annual salaries are lower than the national average.
I think we need to look at more affordable housing.
Brent Downs is the executive director of St. Joseph the Worker, an organization that helps people get back into the workforce and become self-sufficient. He says it's nearly impossible to maintain employment while you're homeless, but he sees more people are finding themselves in that position.
They're working double shifts at their job and sleeping on the light rail during the day because they have nowhere else to sleep. It's not going to work for anyone for an extended period of time.
Back in Peoria, Rebecca Young is showing us how she survived, showering at a gym, heating up food in a Circle K, and living in her truck.
When I was working two jobs, it still wasn't enough to just get a basic apartment, much less an apartment for me and my son.
The experts we spoke to say that while rents have risen, the number of low-income units across the valley have not increased, and in many cases, that number's actually dropped. Now, for people who are living paycheck to paycheck, all it takes is one medical emergency or an unexpected expense, and that can be the difference between paying your rent and finding yourself out on the street. Brandon?
Morgan Lowe with that report tonight. Eye-opening stuff,
Yes.
Morgan. Thank you.